This is the lower Ninth Ward, New Orleans, Louisiana. Of course, this is ground zero, where Hurricane Katrina hit the city of New Orleans. As you can see, the levees now are repaired. New Orleans is an abandoned city, not just by the federal government, but by many agencies. And people here are unemployed. The unemployment rate and the crime rate has skyrocketed here. Nearly 100,000 people are yet to return. What can bring them back? Good jobs, green jobs. We have an opportunity to rebuild this city and rebuild it green in an energy efficient manner and put people back to work again. Standing behind me is a formaldehyde-laced FEMA trailer. As well, you see a memorial of the people that were victims of Hurricane Katrina. But things can change. In the place of this formaldehyde trailer can be placed a home, not just a house, a home that is energy efficient, a home that can be built by the people that are in this community, and we can create jobs and stimulate and change their lives forever. Not just in what they're living in, but what they see around them. This entire community can come back. We can change the quality of life of people to where green jobs can make the unemployed employed again. That it can take the hopeless and give them hope. And we at Apollo Alliance believe that we are at the forefront of promoting green jobs, green opportunity, a green America, and a better America. I was born in Lake Charles, Louisiana, about 2.5 hours west of New Orleans. I grew up working in the petrochemical industry, 22 years. But I worked in that industry knowing that just across the fence line were communities that were negatively impacted. I recognized that the petrochemical industry made valuable products that we use every day. But I recognized that there were people that lived just across that fence that paid the ultimate price. It became difficult for me to sleep at night. So I made a decision after 22 years to leave the industry and work full-time for people on the other side of the fence. Because I knew very well that the chemicals that we produced in that plant, that chain link fence would not stop the gas. And I knew that people were adversely impacted. The defining moment for me was when we experienced a gas release in our plant. And the people in the neighborhood were not forewarned. And they suffered from the exposure of that chemical release. The industry never did come out and say, this is the long-term impact. They never did send out reports or send reports from the federal government saying, this is the potential long-term impact. But I was not surprised when I found that the cancer rate in that community was above the national average. I was not surprised. And that was that pivotal moment for me. In 1989, I was working for the petrochemical industry. At the same time, I was organizing communities to fight the industry. That mixed like oil and water. My company was up for a permit, and I fought that permit along with the people in the community. My company brought me in and informed me and offered me an opportunity to transfer to Malaysia. In 1989, I transferred to Malaysia and did not return until 1994. But that was an aha moment in Malaysia. I saw firsthand the exploitation of people in a way like I've never seen before. There is no EPA in Malaysia. There are no regulations in Malaysia, not like in the United States. But every American company has a plant in Malaysia because they realize that they can build their facilities cheaper because there are no environmental regulations, and they can operate a lot cheaper because there are no environmental regulations. And now we have industries that recognize that there's value in alternative energy, but there's even greater value in sitting down at the table with those folks who one time they considered enemies. The Apollo Alliance has been successful in bringing together labor, and industry and conservation organizations and faith communities. It is a broad coalition, and of course businesses around this country who are going to be the investors in this new green economy. The Apollo Alliance believes that we can build a new green economy, but it is going to require the engagement of everyone from all walks of life. No matter what your background is, we can put our differences aside, but come to the table with one common goal in mind, and that is energy independence and to stimulate the American economy through new green jobs. It is something that all Americans can buy into and something that all Americans should buy into. And we at the Apollo Alliance believe that this is our pivotal moment.